Hey everyone, Frame225 here with yet another one of my RageFest submissions. This one is for RageFest 3, and it's probably the one I'm the least proud of, so let's get it over with. Alright, so this is a 2012 RageFest submission, and it has this little intro. It's a sequel to the previous submission. And I have no idea why the text is black. I tried to load the portrait there, but it caused all the text to be black. But it's still perfectly readable, so that's fine. And not exactly the way our playthrough went. In my playthrough, yeah, one of the reasons I'm not proud of this one is just because I threw in, like, even more internet memes, internet jokes, and references. But this piece is what all true warriors strive for, yeah. So the primary inspiration for this is probably evident in the title alone. Bullet Hell Madness. Like, what else do you think of when you think of Bullet Hell and Marky Joe? You think of Toho. It was around this time that I had actually just gotten into Toho. Like, after I figured out what Racin is from, like, Mark's avatar / waifu. Like, I checked out Toho, I played through Imperishable Night, and I thought, hey, this could, you know, inspire one of my RageFest submissions. So I went ahead and did that. And in hindsight, it wasn't a good idea. At least I don't think it's a good idea. You can have your own opinion. So, the first thing to point out is that, yeah, Nick returns, and he is going to ask... He is going to ask if you're still a man. If you say... wait, let me think. If you say yes, you get Elliewood's class, and if you say no, you get Lynn's class. And there's kind of a funny remark to go along with it, but we'll just say yes. Because Elliewood's class is much better for this submission. For the chapter, rather. You know, that line is so hilarious in hindsight because of what happens in Emblem Warriors. That's my RageFest 4 submission. Yeah, Gensokyo doesn't exactly have cracks in their fourth wall all the time. Unless you count the Hakure barrier as a fourth wall, but then again, it doesn't really have cracks in it either. And of course, the portrait is just so lazily tacked on. I just took Sophia's portrait and patched, like, these weird little things on her head and called it Racin. Which, you know, I don't think I'm good at spriting at all, but I was way worse back in the day. Madness sure is fun. Death isn't exactly permanent if you're playing on casual mode, but that didn't exist back then. Yeah, just be careful of traps. Is that what you're trying to say? At least the dialogue is still kind of, like, laugh-inducing. Yes, we are starting off with a bandit excuse. When have bandits ever been a threat? Okay, so I went with custom music for this again. The song is from Mega Man 3. It's Wily Stage 1. The reason I went with it is because... Oh, there's a talk event here to get the low-rank magic book again. I went with a Mega Man 3 song because I think Marky Joe was using it as his intro back then. So that's probably why I picked it. Anyhow, I need to change the settings. So this starts out with a bunch of houses that naturally all contain either helpful things or traps. This first house has something helpful in it. I stand corrected. It has nothing helpful in it, actually. Anyhow, the extra units are nice. So, one thing I did with this chapter, for anybody who wanted to go and replay it, is I put in a bunch of bonus objectives, and if you fill all of them out, you get an alternate ending. One of the objectives is to keep these two soldiers alive, which isn't that hard. You could probably just not visit the house at all, and that would work. Let's see, I'm eventually going to visit all of the houses, though. Like, I kind of have to remember what was in all of them. Of course, these opening enemies are just bandits for now. I know this house has nothing particular in it. So let's, he'll go to that house. What's in house number 2? I was playing Skyrim at the time, too. Yeah, we know who it is, Natalie. Thank you very much. Would have waited a little longer to make these guys appear. Anyhow, they have slim swords with 255 crit and hit, so watch out for that. If they do 0 damage to you, then it doesn't really make a difference. Oh yeah, this house is actually important. So it gives you money, but it also hails the appearance of the Money Men. And I have made that Tom and Jerry joke so many times now. I think I've made it more times than the money is really important joke. So yeah, the Money Man is a running gag with Mark. Somehow I avoided it in Ragefest 2. But now I'm going to crack a Money Man joke in every Ragefest submission from here on out. It's now my running gag too, so thanks a bunch, people. And we can skip through the enemy phase. Let's have you go in here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, look! Yeah, easiest joke ever. Am I right? So I think I'll just sit him here. What's in this one again? Oh yeah, and I think the joke with this one is supposed to be that you can't break out of tents because like they have such high dodge when they're high level, but oh yeah, did you know that tents had a battle animation too, just like the Ballistae do? Except you never see it in-game, because for some reason, they don't give Merlinus an animation. And how do you miss a tent? Seriously. Anyhow, so now that you know that tents have an animation, we're going to let our sword users just run right over all of the bandits. Every single one of them. Why is he doing so well? He should be totally dead by now. Well, no matter. Let's get, at least a unit that we weren't exactly using too much got trapped there. And he's completely safe, too, come to think of it. Let's just leave him there. Oh, hold on. I think there are a couple enemies that can get to him. Well, we can at least try and break him out. Ah, you missed again. Missing a tent, that's not good. Well, after that Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged joke, it basically has turned into Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is the idea that I had. There are turn-based events that do things, so depending on how quickly you go through the game, you could have different effects happening at different points in the chapter. This first one just makes a bunch of healers appear, and you're probably not going to get very far before you have to deal with them. And the healers, they have a little bit of a surprise for you, so I would be very careful with them. This isn't Dorcas, is it? Dorcas is recruitable. Let's try and pull the enemies away like so. Hopefully we can get the tent out of our way. Yes! Okay. So he should be fine up there. Even the soldiers can't really do much to a unit that's on a fort. Oh yeah, this is what the, some of the healers have heal wands that are actually attack items, and they, drain your health. They're anti-healers. Here's the animation. This animation, if the attack were to miss, then it would cause a glitch that hangs the game. So I had to make the heal stabs have 100, they needed 255 hits so that they never miss. Probably an unfortunate thing, but, you know, the things I do sometimes. See, this one is just a basic healer. There were only 3 enemies with the anti-healing... Well, there were 2 enemies with the anti-healing wands. So, the other ones can be killed outright. Very easy. This is not Dorcas, so we'll get rid of him. Now we just need to keep moving. This first part isn't really that hard, if you know what all the traps are. Of course, those enemies with the stupidly high crit rates are going to come in any moment now. Here, let me show you that they mean business. Yeah! They do so little damage, though, so maybe they're not really that big of an issue after all. So, talk to Dorcas with the main character to recruit him. Yeah, that's a reference to... I just use so much referential humor to, like, the most obscure stuff, too. Is the Fire Emblem 7 commercial even a meme? Oh, that was a lucky crit. Alright, so that should be fine. We're going to keep a unit here on this fort for reasons. As we move forwards. Oh yeah, they do 0 damage to him on that fort, actually. He is completely... How am I getting hit by these axes? Weird. So this guy is so dead. I'll just ignore them and go for the actual threat. So the goal of this first part is to reach this house right here. You can ignore the armories if you want. Totally optional. So when you actually make it there, this happens. Somehow he just gets the key. He's supposed to walk onto the fort, but if you have somebody on the fort, that won't happen, and you can fight him a lot more easy. Because he's got a glass sword, because his name is Glass. Anyhow, the glass sword comes direct from Fire Emblem 12. Some kind of a weird bonus item you could get in that game, I don't know. Yeah, item, that's what I wanted. So he's a little bit difficult to kill, unless you break the glass sword, so we need to get a teensy bit lucky. Oh, you'll like this one. The idea behind that was to steal your experience points by sending out a bunch of Myrmidons that are green. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Bye, Dorcas. But, you know, you did your job by eating 2 of the glass sword uses, so that's nice, I guess. Yeah. And you also hit him, so that's fine too. The boss music for this, by the way, is a Toho song. In case you were wondering. Alright, so he's dead. We get the door key. And now we just have to worry about this one last enemy. Now you need to use the door key on this door to get into the castle. So this might take a while to actually move my guys up there. Or I could just trade chain. In fact, that's what I think I'll do. Although you might want to be prepared before going all the way up there and unlocking the door, because when you do, this happens. And I decided to throw in a cameo by Tewi, or Tay, actually, also from Toho. Of course, her portrait's even worse than Raisin's. That's what happens when you make portraits yourself with no spriting experience whatsoever. Like 6 years ago, come to think of it. And it's more of that classic, you know, just throw in whatever you can think of. And I think I will make that save state, because even though I am using different recording software this time, I like to be safe. So naturally you can't kill her at all, not with these stats. But a bonus objective is actually to kill her. And in order to do that, you have to abuse the fact that the AI typically goes for the green units and not any of the players' units. And Nick is basically your best bet at killing her. So in order to save Matthew, you have to steal the Iron Lance. The rune. The Iron Rune, excuse me. What was I thinking? Because these Slim Lances are like the swords that the Myrmidons are carrying. They have 255 crit, and he'll probably get nailed. So these two doors, even if you find the lockpick, spoiler alert, it's on this mountain tile right here. Even if you find the lockpick, these doors don't work until you step on the forts. And they don't directly open the door, they just make it possible to open the door, which is probably really weird. So yeah, there's those guys that do the flip thing, and they're probably going to kill the tents at this rate. You still have to kind of work quick in order to save Matthew, because he's still, you know, he might miss one of these hits, like he just did. And the green units like to go after the tents, for some reason. Those troubadours, by the way, they all have physics, but they're very weird about who they use them on. They do all have physics, don't they? They're very weird about who they use them on, because the NPC AI has this weird thing about healing, where it'll just randomly try to heal somebody who's already at full health, etc., but they do come in handy a little bit. So let's get everyone past Yogi, who also makes a return appearance from the previous, from my previous Rage Fest submission. We can also start healing in the meantime. Just fast forward through all of this. And, I wonder if we should actually try and kill her, because that is a bonus objective, and you guys probably want to see what the alternate ending is. Even though I'm pretty sure I made a mistake, and you won't actually see it, even if you fulfill them all due to a bug. But, you know. I wonder if troubadours can get onto mountains. I guess it's time to find out. Okay, so they're probably going to finish off the tent. Oh yes, as you can see, physic being wasted because I'm already at full health. Alright, so I guess I should have shown off what happens if you... Well, he doesn't have the lockpick yet. If you try and open the doors before you've hit the button, then it will just say, "Error, please try again," and you've wasted your turn. So yeah, this talk event gives you a killing edge. Well, it gives Matthew a killing edge, I should say. He doesn't even have the weapon rank for it, but I know someone who does. Our useless mercenary. So let's see. Magic is our best bet at attacking her, so let's see. Yeah, it's... You kind of need lots and lots of luck in order for that to work. But poisoning her is a plus. So I'm going to actually recruit Yogi first, because you recruit him with Nick. And he's helpful because you kind of need a tank for this upcoming segment. I didn't give him an Axe Reaver. I'm so disappointed with myself. I feel like Yogi should get an Axe Reaver if anybody ever uses him. Oh, this is fun. Do you like ballistas? Well, on this turn, they spawn now. So I hope you like that animation, because if you play this, you'll see it quite a bit. So yeah, lots and lots of ballistas. Or ballistae. Okay, that's the end of the... That's the end of the tents. So there's the lockpick. And let's see here. Do we have a decent shot? Okay, we're back. I have confirmed that you can use Nick to kill Tay. He just has to get lucky and win a coin toss to hit her like about 6 times, because the poison does the rest of the damage. She goes after the green units instead of the blue units for some reason, even though they're all equally killable. But whatever. So, I actually realized upon playing this that I had made a mistake. You see, it's not this fort that unlocks this door. That unlocks this door. You need to stand on the fort that is opposite the door that you want to open. So anyhow, we're going to take this path. You can take either the left or the right path, but the right path is more fun, in my opinion, and less tedious, because you have to move through this maze. I don't know what I was thinking. I had this real fixation on maze levels for some reason. Maybe if I wanted them to have any sort of substance, I would coat the map in Thracia fog, and make it so that the maze changes every turn. Nah, who am I kidding? That's terrible. Alright, so we need to get our units up there. I'm not going to kill Tay myself. I'm just going to let the cutscene do it for her later. Spoiler alert, that's what happens. We will move Matthew here. By the way, if either Matthew or Guy gets killed, or Guy or whatever, I don't know how it's pronounced these days. If Matthew or Guy gets killed, then you are basically done for. Or, actually, no, it's not if Guy gets killed, it's if you lose the killing edge. Because I did a really terrible thing and made it so that you basically need the killing edge in order to win something later on. Like, you'll see what I mean. And these green healers are getting seriously unlucky with those ballista shots. But no matter. So we're not going to unlock the door just yet, because we technically cannot. We have to trade the lockpick over to Matthew, which is not difficult. In fact, but we don't want to unlock it too quickly either. I'm going to go into this shop, and I'm going to buy things. We want a restore, a mend would be helpful, and a torch is good too, I suppose. This is all going to be very important. The restore in particular. So with all of that done, we can now unlock this door as soon as the turn finishes. In case I haven't mentioned it, the boss music is taken from Toho, Imperishable Night in particular. It's the Stage 5 themes. The stage theme for Tay, the boss theme for Racing. Duh. So we unlock this door, and this happens. It's Maxime and Cameron, and they both rhyme. Yeah, you can imagine where I got this idea from. She is not weaker than Lynn, as you will see. I made Racing overpowered, and it's a completely luck-based battle as a result. But anyhow, yeah, it can get worse, because there are invisible wall enemies now. Yeah. Just when you thought I couldn't make any more boneheaded decisions, I decided to revive these, and now they're an actual threat. If you stand in the choke point here, though the wall enemies get 2 shots at you, and you know, that's not going to be good. Let's have you be over here. And we don't need to trade anything. We have a couple of javelins, so using javelins and Nick to take out the walls is going to be your an important tactic here. Let's see here. Wow, I'm actually getting hit by the ballistae. They still have ballistae? I was unaware that they had any shots of that left. So we need to heal the guy who's taking all of those hits. There looks like a good spot for him. So let's get to work on the walls. You want to clear the top 2 wall enemies first. Yeah, and hopefully you'll land a hit. You know, it's not guaranteed. But you want that because if you clear the top 2 wall enemies here, you can use that to deal with the mages. These Cavaliers have a very high tendency of clogging the choke point and making it impossible for the mages to hit Yogi. I think one of them's going to get the chance, assuming the archer doesn't fire on him. Oh no, they aren't actually. Yeah, the Cavaliers all move before the mages do, which is the important point to think about there. So that's 1 hit. And we could kill one of the Cavaliers here. And we do. Probably not the best move, but there's still 3 left. And I suppose I should try and get in there and, well, not heal the NPCs, I want to heal Yogi. Okay, so on this turn, enemy clerics spawn and they have berserk staves. So that's why I wanted to restore. And these Cavaliers are actually a little bit tougher than I remember. Fortunately, we got a lucky dodge from the soldier I was using to bait out the berserks. So that's good. We can be done with the berserk phase 1 turn early. And that was unfortunate. It was a very unfortunate miss. Where are the wall enemies here? Oh, they're right down there. That makes better sense. Alright, so that's one of the walls taken care of, and Nick is now ready to promote, which is actually an important point. Because there are promotion items later on in the chapter. And this is going to be the tedious part, I imagine, because we have to clean out all of these enemies, all while watching those, all while watching these enemies, like, try desperately to get past our impenetrable shield. Yogi could also get promoted, actually. There's a Night Crest coming up. That's where the wall is. So we're going to try and work on this guy. You only really need to deal with these 2 wall enemies because, as you can see, they cover a bunch more area than the ones down here do. And what do we do here? We got to be careful about this because this wall enemy can actually attack Nick if we just, like, move up to the wall here. But I suppose if you lose the killing edge, that's also basically game over. So I suppose I'll wait until next turn to see what happens. Oh, Priscilla was apparently in range. But it's a good thing she dodged. I think that one's out of ammo, though, now. We have Flux available, though, and it at least has a higher hit rate. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking if we get a hit on one of the wall enemies, then we can just, with a ranged attack, then we can just finish them off with a regular attack. And if this doesn't hit, which it did, I could have just rescued Nick there. Alright, that's good. Our mercenary is up to level 9. He needs 1 more level in order to actually be useful by promoting. And he's not even in range of any ranged opponents. And the archers actually still move before the mages for some reason. So now we're going to have to get rid of the archers, which is very easy. They're archers. What do you expect? Although Nick is in range of their attack now. Was that another dodge by the... Oh, Nick's just gonna get healed. That's fine. Was that another dodge? That was it. That was nice. That soldier is actually pulling his weight. Hope I don't get him killed. It'd be very, very bad. Nick actually has enough speed to double the enemy with a... Oh, well, he crit, so who cares? I care, though. One of our soldiers is actually leveled up. Okay, on this turn you just get Fog of War. There's nothing really special about it, but if you want to bring a torch staff in order to light areas up a little bit more. You know, be my guest. Be our guest. Is it funny that I say that about the torch staff? Nah. I'm probably, like, just reaching for comedy at this point. Because as you all know, none of my jokes are ever funny. This is, the truth. And this submission has the most unfunny jokes of all. Okay, so there's just one more wall left. That has taken quite a while, and, oh, that, cleric must be out of Berserk. But I don't have time to lure out the rest of them right now. I've got to heal Yogi. You can actually choose who you promote. Because as you can see, Priscilla's hitting level... Oh, I shouldn't attack the archer. The wall might get me. So I guess I'll have to... Oh, it moved right up next to me. That's fine. Alright, so now we can get in there and start attacking things. I would really like Guy to level up. Guy. You know, it just sounds so wrong saying Guy because I've said Guy for so long. I mean, that's like the actual... That's how you pronounce the word, but not the name. And I do know people in real life who are named Guy. So they would know. Alright, so Maxime and Cameron are right here. Whichever one that you kill, the other one joins your party. So I'll just send out a torch staff. I don't know why, probably for the experience points. But I should be baiting out the rest of the Berserk staffs. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. We still have those healers too, which is pretty impressive. Oh, one of them's gonna get hit by the wall enemy now because she stopped next to the wall. Let's get this. So one of these two cavaliers can join you, and I basically recommend Maxime, because, you know, look at that strength stat. That's gonna be important later. Of course, you could use either of them. They're both level 8, so it would take 2 levels to get them a promotion. I need to give Guy a couple more levels, though. And this just shrinks your vision by 1 space. Right, so I know where the wall enemy is. Should I take it out? I guess there's no reason I couldn't get rid of him. Especially since I can, Oh, that one doesn't have a javelin. That's... Oh, I could just trade this one. Alright, so let's get... am I not close enough? Wow, I'm not close enough because of the reduced vision. That was, unexpected. Well, my character is at full health, so there's no reason not to, tempt fate here a little bit. Oh, critical hit. Okay. I could feed this kill to Guy, so that'd be pretty good. I could feed it to him if he were actually capable of getting the kill. What level are you? Maybe I should promote the mercenary. Oh, you got a crit. How nice. So that door opens up, and now it's time for probably the worst part, but I had to take this path because it was the easiest, even if it is the most embarrassing. So this section is based on a 70s game show that I don't think anybody in my YouTube comments would actually remember unless they were, like, you can watch it on YouTube today, so it's not like you've never seen it before, but, like, who's gonna know what it is? So there are a couple of enemies up ahead, so we've got to get rid of them first. But after we do that, basically the way it works is that you step on chests, and the chests either give you items or spawn more enemies. And what you're supposed to do is find the one specific chest that spawns a boss that you have to kill. Alright, so all the wall enemies are gone. That's helpful, at least. I suppose I could torch the area up ahead. Yeah, here they are. Just a bunch of knights. Oh, and the healer is actually going for the mercenary now. But I will heal him all the way up before you steal more of my precious experience points, Mr. Healer person. They've got javelins, and believe me, you want to lure them into using their javelins. I don't think I meant to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure why I did that just now, sorry. But this is fine. Actually, I thought they were gonna split up. It would be very nice if they split up, because Nick can very easily nail one of these guys. Wait a sec. Oh, okay. Nick can very easily nail these guys with his Jormungand, but they're not splitting up, so we can't do that. Luring them into using the javelin is very important, because the silver lances, oh boy, do they sting very, very hard. Will we get a crit here? We did. And let's hope we don't lose our mercenary here, because you don't want to lose the killing edge. You know what, you just give me all of your items. What am I even using soldiers for? I'm only using these guys because keeping them alive is a bonus objective. Not that the bonus objectives matter unless you complete all of them, and I have already missed killing Tay myself without any assistance. Maxime can nail these guys too. So that's him taken care of. Nick can get rid of either of them, but this one. And he's level 10 now, which means we can actually promote him. Let's try not to lose him this time, like I did the last time, before realizing that I was screwed. Now, any moment now, something rather silly is supposed to happen. Yep, there it is. And this is actually, like, not much of a problem because we're indoors. Most people don't know this because it never comes up, but rain only affects outdoor areas. Indoors, you're completely unhindered. And that's quite alright with me, honestly. But, the thing is, due to a bug on my part, well, this isn't really a bug, it's more of a mistake, I used one of the pre-existing movement tables to make the wall enemies, so because of which table I used, when it starts raining, Matthew is completely unable to move anywhere, and I actually didn't discover this until way later after I had already made the ROM hack. But, you know, that this does make it possible for Matthew to move on walls, which I guess might be interesting. He could actually sequence break and get into this room, but, you know, that doesn't really matter too much because the only thing in there is Racing, who you're supposed to kill. Ah, yeah, so that's an example of one of the items you can get. It's an extra Jormungand. I guess I'll drop one of my iron swords. It doesn't really matter, but I guess having the extra Jormungand is helpful, because the first one, well, it's not even running that low. Oh yeah, and if you stand here, then all of the chests that would normally spawn enemies are completely harmless. So we could actually just grab all the items as long as those 4 characters stay there. In fact, let's do that. Oh, you still lose all your money if you step on the wrong chest, though. But money doesn't matter too much when you're getting powerful items. Another one. That one I already checked. This one is a light rune. Why did I go with a light rune? Anyhow, let's pretend I am desperately searching all of the chests for everything that I need. More Toho references. How many of them did I put there? An iron rune, I suppose, is very helpful, actually. A pure water might be good. Actually, a pure water would be very good. And a torch, that's pointless. We already got past the fog. Uh-huh. I think that one's the only one that's actually funny. Spare lockpick. Nobody wants it. This has 5,000 gold for obvious reasons. And I just lost it all anyways. I mean, what are you gonna buy? The only thing left is the shop here. There's proof that the money-taking thing actually works. And now we have a sandstorm, which does absolutely nothing. Sandstorm does actually use something in Advance Wars DS, so I guess I could have made a joke about that. Anyhow, body ring is not that important. The emblem seal, what does that even do? I don't even remember what the emblem seal does because nobody ever actually got it. So I deliberately held out on getting this chest because it's the one that spawns Aeon. And the best way to deal with him is to wait for him to equip the bolting staff because it makes him completely useless. Let's just hope he doesn't snipe anybody. He's going after... Oh, please, not Nick. Not Nick! Okay, good. His random numbers are actually good this time around, but Aeon... Wow, Aeon, you decided to sit on the pillar. Well, it's not going to help you too much. Give Guy the level up he needs to get... Oh, he still needs one extra level up. Oh well, he'll get it eventually. So, well, let's see here. Move all the way over here. Yeah, I'm gonna use him to kill all of the healers. Because we need to kill them all in one hit. Or one turn, rather. Otherwise, they'll heal each other. And there's also the Berserk thing to worry about. Oh, jeez. Well, how much damage can a thief do, really? Especially if you dodge tank with a dodge person. Keep moving, keep moving. I don't think we need to seize the throne, actually. It's just a... Well, it says seize gate up there. But that's because that's the default for the original chapter. Oh, he's gonna kill the clerics? Well, that's not good. Guy wants those experience points. Or Guy. Or... Gay. You know what? I'm gonna use Gay from now on, because that's what this is anyhow. The whole naming thing. Why didn't you pick another name other than Guy or Guy or, like... I don't know why they... I don't know how they choose their names anyways, because they have to choose names for like 40, 50, 60 characters. Actually, even more than that. They need to name well over 200, if you include bosses, backstory characters, and everybody else. For every single game in Fire Emblem that comes out. That is actually more than impressive when you think about it that way. Well, it looks like... Yeah, and the turn-based effects stop here. Alright, so... Matthew got a level up while berserked. Incidentally, did you know that if you... Let me see if I remember this right. If you get berserked... Or actually, if a green unit gets berserked, your units will actually counter-attack the green unit if it attacks you. And you like get experience for it. It's very odd. Alright, so we got a guiding ring from that chest, which is important because Nick's gonna get a promotion now. I suppose Priscilla could get a promotion, but you know, I didn't buy any fire spells for her. Opening that is now possible. We've got to wait because it triggers an event. So let's go ahead and promote Nick. The Druid promotion remains one of the most unimpressive. Like, if we're perfectly honest with ourselves here. I'll give you the Night Crest, even though we have to wait before we can use it. And wasn't there a... Oh yeah, there's a Hero Crest in this chest. Yeah, heal back those 4 hit points. Alright, so I guess I'll promote this guy even though it goes against my better judgment, but our Myrmidon doesn't have the levels needed for it. Is this... Yeah, Guy would have had way better speed, but strength is actually good. We kind of need a little bit more strength to handle this upcoming section, because up next is the boss fight with Racin. Let's huddle everybody near the door so that they can get in there and get as close to her as possible without attacking her. I should probably spend one extra turn. But oh well. Door's open. Let's get in there. It opened pretty wide. That's intentional. Oh yeah, we're not killing her with those stats. But fortunately, there is a bug to help you. Yes, there is a bug in this hack. Completely unintentional. Oh yeah, I just remembered that we should probably rescue the main character. I don't know why I want to rescue the main character, but you probably want to do it on turn 50. So do it on turn 50. Why do you want to do this? This is why. Did you notice anything just now? Yeah, your main character is an enemy now. That's what happens. That's what happens on turn 50. I can't believe I actually did that. That is such a, you know, that's really a beginner's trap. If you know it's there, it's not going to affect you because you can just pick up the guy with the rescue. But if you don't know what's there, then you basically have to start over, assuming you don't save state. Wow, my ideas. Alright, so where were we? Oh yeah, Tay was about to attempt to kill Racin, but unfortunately she suffered the devil reversal effect. Oopsie. Yeah, I wanted that to be a crit there, but apparently you can't have a crit and a devil reversal at the same time in scripted battles. So unfortunately that couldn't happen, but it did cause Racin to take damage. She's not supposed to take damage there, because you didn't see it happen, but I guess it just happens anyways because of a bug. Anyhow, now we can kill Racin. Yeah. Oh, of course it's not over quite yet. So she dies, we get a free level up. And she just respawns. I have no idea what I was thinking when I was writing that dialogue. I think I was on... Well, I don't do drugs, to be perfectly honest. Alright, so we have to get him out of the way. These soldiers are not that difficult, they just have those 255 crit weapons, as if those were a threat. And I actually found out something on a recent reattempt of this. If their crit goes over 255 somehow, it rolls all the way back to 0 and starts counting back up again. Crazy, right? So if you have somebody with 0 luck, these guys actually can't do a thing against you, because their crit is so high that it just rolls all the way back. And luck is how you avoid getting hit by critical hits. I think luck is... Yeah, luck is how you avoid that, yeah. So that's a very strange phenomenon that you normally wouldn't think about, because it never ever comes up. No enemy ever has crit that high. But it's worth noting if somebody wants to make, you know, some kind of weird submission where you have to solve puzzles. And I have been thinking about doing that kind of thing for a while now. Because there are so many little quirks in the engine that you could abuse. Anyhow, we need to kill Racin for real this time. And our main character has gone back to being on the good side. So we can let him go now. This would probably be a good time for the Iron Rune, because you don't want to get hit by a crit. You can probably survive a regular hit, but crits, definitely not. So, giving yourself the Iron Rune anytime you're fighting Racin is probably a good idea. In fact, let's just wait for her to attack first this time around. I took the initiative last time because I wanted to kill her before she healed too much and made it impossible for me to ever fight back. So no critical hit there. We can rescue Priscilla out of the way after she heals him up. And he tries again. Come on, get at least one crit for me. You won't get any crits for me. Now she's gonna have to heal back up a little bit. So rather unfortunate there. Oh, 30. We can deal with 30. Alright, there's one critical hit. And we just have to do 9 more damage to her. Definitely don't want to do that. We could just attack with our hero one more time. But he's probably going to get hit again. So, I will need to use a little bit of trickery. We'll do this. And then Nick can trade the item and use it to heal. So now he will survive a hit. And he got the second crit. Perfect! That didn't feel awesome. That was the worst meme I could have put in. And he actually got a level up, weapon level up. The bunny hood is just a speed wing. Oh, so we do have to seize the throne. That's actually a good thing, because I want to heal up, because there's one more section that we have to go through. I have been at this for over an hour, and it's still not done. I sure do like padding out these things, don't I? Okay, so let's get everyone healed all the way back up to full. And I think we can seize now. Yeah, we kind of did need you. I wrote racing terribly. Don't, worry about it. So, what happens? Oh, why, it's a bunch of morphs! And it's Theodore from the last game, again. Yep, he pretty much is. You know, I was under the impression that morphs were zombies of a sort. Given that, like, 8 bosses get revived in the final chapter. But I suppose they... Well, I guess they probably are zombies, actually. Wait, they can't be zombies if Lynn Stella exists, because she's not based on any prior character. I can't believe I wrote this. I wrote this?! Yeah, morphs. I'm not feeling okay. I deserve a promotion, that's true. I figured out how to promote the main character, but there's one tiny little issue with it. That happens! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, as hilarious as this looks... Oh, he's got the emblem seal. Oh, and Merlinus joins you, so it's perfectly okay. You can send the item away. Perfect! I don't lose the emblem seal. Anyhow, Kashuna's here, just being Kashuna. I think you have to kill... Do you have to kill all the enemies? Now, you couldn't have to kill all the enemies, because if these guys are still alive, well, I guess it's not that much of a problem, because we do have just a bunch of javelins. Anyhow, we need to... Oh, yeah, you just need to kill Theodore, of course. If you had to kill all the enemies, then one of the bonus objectives wouldn't be possible. One of the bonus objectives is that, well, a bunch of morphs just spawned, And one of them is our old pal Denning. And if you spare him, that's one of the bonus objectives, is to actually spare Denning, and not... Oh yeah, you can shut off the magic seal by talking to Kishuna, but why would you want to do that? I mean, I guess it lets you use your 2 druids that you probably have by now. But, and it lets you heal, too. But, you know, if you shut off the magic seal, then the mages are allowed to fight back, too. And Denning is actually pretty strong. That's a lot of damage in that one iron ballista. Let's bait out all the shots, shall we? Let's just wait for the enemy to come to us. Because they walk right into it. I think we should probably run these guys away. Oh good, he's going after the green unit that that buys us some time. Yeah, you're probably gonna get some more mileage out of that killing edge, though. And if she runs away to be healed, that's gonna be even worse. So let's make sure we finish her off now. Is she running away? Wow! Curse you, Anna, indeed! 9%! Alright, that's Limstella dealt with. We got a steel sword for reasons I don't even know. Alright, so where were we? We were dealing with stuff. Let's get you out of the way, because I don't want you shot by that iron ballista, because apparently it's going on a critical hit spree. I gave these more brave axes, which in hindsight, was a really stupid idea. Not as stupid as that iron ballista. How many shots does it have? Let me check. Okay, so it's just a regular ballista now, which should not be as much of a threat. So I think if we come over here... Good, you have a vulnerary. I want that so that the ballista can't kill me. That killing edge is almost out of uses, though. That's not going to be good. What if we need it for Theodore? Are you kidding me? 9%? You got a crit at 9%? Somebody doesn't like me that much. You know, with luck like this, why should I go to the casino and play poker? So I was planning on doing that, but with luck this bad, probably not going to be on my list of things to do in the future. Well, assuming another crit doesn't happen, because for some reason 9% is enough for a reliable crit. Oh, this isn't good. No, I think he'll be fine, actually. There's no way those axes could hit him. But the ballista might. Okay, good. You know what, that's a really bad tile for him, actually. But let's heal him. How am I getting hit so often? Doesn't make any sense. Thanks a bunch for missing that one. Okay, Rapier's equipped. He might get killed by the ballista. Okay, he'll live with 1 health. And that's if he gets hit. The reason you're even allowed to spare Denning in the first place, even though you probably want to kill him a lot by now, is that... Oh, I did not save state it like I should have. Now that he's out of... Oh, yeah, Jafar appears on the map too. Finding him is another bonus objective, but he's an invisible assassin, so how would you do that? So if you go to this house, you can recruit Nino, but you can't recruit her before the morphs all come out. So you recruit Nino, you get her over to Jafar, you talk to him, sorry. She recruits him, and then that's one of your bonus objectives filled out. Jeez. You know what? I don't even care anymore. The people deserve to see Raisin's battle animation, which I stole shamelessly from, what was it called? Unthinkable Natural Law. No, that's what the fans call it. It's actually Scarlet Weather Rhapsody. No. Hisoten Soku. Whatever. You know what it was called. It has many names, apparently. So, we would really, really like to kill Theodore in one turn, because if you attack him, he just teleports all the way back over to the throne. And then you have to kill him there. If you don't kill him in one turn, that is. So, we actually can't kill him in one turn. This is new. This is very, very new. Well, let's give someone the Iron Rune at the very least. Do we wait for him to... Yeah, I think I'll wait for him. He's static even if he gets teleported all the way up here, so I think we're safe. Nope, not a crit. Oh, but there's kind of a problem. If the throne is occupied, then he can't rewarp and he just stays there anyhow. Oh my goodness. Well, that's kind of a shame. It's, well, we should be able to do something to him. See, if we get 20 damage in here, and 8 damage here, Raisin's left with, jeez. Raisin just needs a crit. That's what she needs. No crit. Sorry, Raisin. Oh, you don't even have a death quote. How fabulous. Let's see, I bet I could... bet if we, I still think it's possible to win this, given the current situation. I'm just speechless at this point. Okay, so... no way he's gonna dodge that, really. And if we are exceedingly, exceedingly lucky, this will hit, and we will be done. We're done! We did it! We did it, Reddit! Same death quote as before, we gotta level up. And for every bonus objective filled, you get an item. And if you got all the items, then you would get the alternate ending, but you just get the regular ending here. We just get the regular ending because I didn't fill any of the, Game Shark Magic, that's dude. I only fulfilled, like, one of the bonus objectives, and that was keeping the soldiers alive. So, keeping the soldiers alive, killing Tay, recruiting Jafar, sparing Denning, and then, what was the last one of the bonus objectives? What was the bonus objective? Well, she's gonna tell us anyhow right now. Are you ready for yet another poor portrait? Because here you go. Keep both soldiers alive, that was one of them. Kill Tay. Not talking to the magic seal was also a bonus objective. Oh, actually, shutting off the magic seal is the bonus objective. So there you go. If we had talked to Kishuna at some point, then that would have... Of course, you could always talk to him after killing all of the mages, so that's fine. Master Soul Warrior provided the portrait yet again. All the horrible portraits are mine. And that's probably my least favorite Ragefest submission out of everything I've made for Ragefest. And, you know, I think some people said that they kind of like this. Maybe not as much as Rondo of Madness, but I don't know. I think I could have done so much better if I weren't, like this was one of those times where whole thing actually suffered from throwing in everything you could possibly think of the instant you think of it. Like, it worked last time because everything was kind of funny and it meshed real well, I think. But here, all the Toho jokes, when I knew the least about Toho at that point, I just started playing it. So, like, I didn't know all that much about it. So, throwing a bunch of Toho stuff in there was not good for it. And there were other factors that made this not such a good submission. But that's my Rage Fest 3. Up next will be Emblem Warriors, which is my Rage Fest 4. Not Fire Emblem Warriors, oddly enough. It's a Rage Fest submission I made before Fire Emblem Warriors was announced. So look forward to that. See ya.